welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So I've got new hair. Now you would have seen this in the Maldives and Paris vlog, but I'm filming this before I've even gone on those trips. So for me, this is new. I'm filming with it. It's a little bit shorter than what I wanted it to be, so I'm adjusting to the length of it, but obviously it will grow out. But I really love the colour of it. It's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more brunette-y, and I just really fancied a change from my blonde. So I'm really happy with the colour of it. I just want it to grow really quick. So today I wanted to talk to you about something I've been working on for the last month or so, and that is to train as a Reiki practitioner. So well, funnily enough, years ago, Rachel, my psychic, said to me, she was like, one day you're gonna have healing hands and you're gonna do Reiki. And I was like, nah. Like when she told me this, and it must be like, I wanna say like 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, she told me this. I was like, nah, it's not for me. Like I obviously wasn't spiritual at the time. I wasn't anything. I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have healing hands. No, Rachel, like just no. So I was always like not against it, but just like it's not for me at all. So like I said, like a month ago, I went through a whole new spiritual awakening, and me, Selena and Kirsty were actually talking about Reiki because Kirsty's trained in Reiki, and I was like, we need to do this. Like me and Selena were like, we need to do a course. So that night, literally, I went online and searched for Reiki courses. Now I wanted to do one online just because it would fit around my schedule more easier, and I just felt that it would be maybe cheaper and easier for me to access and re-access that information when I want to. I've done quite a few online courses before. I did one in digital marketing, and my law of attraction practitioner course was also online. So for me, like online courses really work, and to do a Reiki one just seemed to really vibe with me. So I found one on Udemy, I think that's how you pronounce it. It will be linked down below. And the lovely Lisa Powers runs this course. So it's Reiki level 1, Reiki level 2 and Master Reiki level as well. So I'm trained in all 3 of them. I thought, sod it, just do all 3, like, because if you want to go back to them like later on, like you have to like, you know, purchase a different course. And it was such good value anyway. I paid $14.99 for this course, but like when I've sent it to you guys, because I've been like putting it on Instagram stories and stuff, I've seen it for $10.99, so the prices like keep going up and down. So I purchased this course, and I got stuck in straight away. Like I totally know this was what I was meant to do because it just flowed. I just connected with it. I completed literally Reiki level 1 in a weekend, and then Reiki level 2 and Master Reiki level took me a couple of weeks to do after that, but I didn't actually book my attunement in for quite a while because it actually freaked me out. So you normally are meant to have it at kind of halfway through Reiki level 1, and I just read, like, she put all these testimonials of people on the course, and then a few of you guys messaged me what happened during your attunements, and it just freaked me out. And to be honest, I kind of felt like it wasn't meant to happen on that day. Like I'd booked in for a time and I just felt like it just felt wrong, so I cancelled that one and freaked myself out. And then loads of you guys were like, don't freak out, like it's totally fine. And like Kirsty said that she didn't feel anything during her attunement. So I think it just totally depended on people, because like so many people were like, I woke up and I saw auras, I saw like spirit, I saw stuff, and I was like, fuck, like I don't want to wake up and see that. So, and also I was planning to do my attunement while I was awake as well, because obviously I thought that's what you had to do. So it's all about like distance attunement and distance healing. So she lives in America, the like course lady, and you can attune people from distance. So she wasn't going to be with me, it wasn't over the computer or anything, it's just like intention. So you lie there and meditate, and she's in America, you know, attuning you. So there's no communication, no like, you know, a call or anything, it's just done. You just book in a time and she will do it. So I read on the group, so they have like a support group for the course, and I joined that because that was really useful as well. And some guy on there said that he was in the UK and he booked his in for when he was asleep, because then he didn't like notice anything. And I was like, genius. So when I felt divinely in tune to it again, and it was really weird because I don't know why, but I was just like, right, I'm gonna book it in for this day, because then the next day I'm gonna wake up next to Mr. C and it'll be fine because he's gonna stay over. And I didn't know he was actually gonna stay over that day. Like, it was completely spontaneous. So I don't know what told me to book it in for that date and time and that he would stay over that night. Like, I didn't know that. So that was a bit weird. So I booked in for 4:40 a.m. because like 44 is like stalking me at the moment, and it just felt so divinely right. Like, I just felt ready at that time. I'd done all 3 courses by that point, so I felt that I knew enough about Reiki, I felt that I was educated enough, and that I was ready to embrace it. So an attunement, for those of you who are like, what the hell is going on? So when you do Reiki, you can obviously learn the symbols, the practices, how to perform Reiki, the importance, working with crystals, distance healing, like you learn all of that. But to actually like channel Reiki energy, you have to be called attuned. So it's a practice that Lisa, the course, the lady who runs the course, does. And when you do your Master Reiki course, you learn how to attune other people as well. So I can attune people, but I'm not going to attune people because I'm obviously like in no way prepared or like have practiced enough. So it's all about like this violet light that basically like channels the energy to you. So some people may ask who like don't know a lot about Reiki, like when you perform Reiki, can someone like draw, like, do you absorb their negativity? Are they like an energy vampire? And the great thing with Reiki is that the client or the person you're doing it on like draws what they need. So it doesn't come from your energy or anything from you, it comes from Reiki. So you're just like a channel, you channel this energy into the person. So it was really interesting to like learn all these things, and to be honest, I absolutely love it. So what happened during my attunement? So I had my attunement literally, I think it's like 28 days ago now. It's well over the 21 days. And that night I had really vivid dreams. Now I don't know whether it's because I was like expecting it, so therefore like subconsciously I was having these weird dreams. But it was weird because I like actually dreamt that I went to like a clinic and Lisa was there and like attuned me, and like Mr. C was there as well, which I thought was a bit weird. But yeah, it was just really weird, just this vivid dream. And I wouldn't say like I woke up at 4 in the morning, like I wouldn't say that at all, but I think like I was quite conscious, like, oh my god, is it 4 a.m. yet? Like in my dream I was like, is it 4 a.m? I woke up about 6 a.m. And I felt fine, but I think the only thing that felt weird was like my hands were like throbbing, like it felt like my hands were like pulsating, like, you know when you can like feel your heartbeat or like feel energy in your hands, it's kind of like that, like they just felt like throbbing with energy. So that was like the first thing I noticed. And then I was, because a lot of people had claimed they'd started seeing auras, so I was like looking at Mr. C and I was like, well, he was obviously asleep, so this is a bit creepy, like he was asleep, and I was just like, no, like I can't see any auras. So I couldn't see anything, but I could, the noticeable thing was obviously the heat in my hands. Oh no, it wasn't a heat at that point, it was just like the throbbing. So while he was asleep, this sounds so creepy, I was just like touching him, trying to see if I could like feel anything, and I could feel energy off my hands. It was almost, it felt like someone had like plugged me into a socket, and I was like, you know when you get those like static shocks in shops and stuff, like metal, you get static shots, it felt like that, but just constant. So he got up and went to work, and I was just there like, what am I doing? Like I felt fine within myself, I didn't feel like any drastic differences at all. And then I think a couple of hours later when I like got up and like started working and stuff, I felt a lot of heat in my hands. So in the course they basically advise that every day through your 21-day attunement you should be performing Reiki, whether that's on yourself, on someone else, an animal, like you should be doing it every single day to get used to it. And you will feel like when you need to do it, like your hands will just like feel hot, or they'll feel like energy, and you'll just be like, oh, I need to do some Reiki right now. So your body like will like tell you when you need to do it, but it does calm down after the 21 days. Like after that you don't have to do it every single day. So the first day, yeah, just felt the heat in my hands, felt the energy, felt fine. The second day is when I'm pretty sure I manifested this. So a lot of people, like, because the whole attunement process is to detoxify your body, and if anybody knows me, I have such a sensitive stomach anyway. Like I'm quite intolerant to dairy, and like I get an upset stomach quite a lot. So I kind of expected, because so many people had said in the group that this had happened to them, I was like, oh my god, like if my dairy intolerance wasn't enough, like I'm gonna be shitting for these 21 days. And on the second day, that prophecy came true. Now that could have been manifestation, but to be honest, it's a good detoxifying process, I'm not gonna lie. So my skin cleared up within 3 to 4 days, I would say. Again, not sure whether that's due to being happy or I don't know, but basically my skin started clearing up because I had quite a few hormone spots on my chin, and they've really calmed down. They've not 100% gone yet, but they've really calmed down. So my skin looked better. Like a lot of people were saying I was glowing again, like in my photos online. So I think those are like physical differences, I guess, like physical appearance differences. So the toilet thing calmed down after a few days. And I was just like, for God's sake, I might as well be eating dairy. Like I might as well enjoy dairy and have this, but it was fine. So just a word of warning, that may happen to some people, but it's fine. So then I started doing like Reiki. So I did a lot of myself to start off with, because like where I live by myself, that's all I can do really. And then I did some on Selena quickly. And yeah, I did some on Amanda when I went to London with her. But Mr. C's been really good. He's been really good and let me perform Reiki on him. And with him, I notice it the most. I don't know whether it's because we're like connected or like it's the twin flame connection. But whenever I like touch his skin, I just know. I'm just like, channel Reiki. So I've done it on him quite a few times. And it's really funny because like when you do the course, because I did it in such a short amount of time, I literally completed it in like 3 weeks. So obviously that's like, I rushed a lot of stuff. So remembering like all the hand positions and like where you need to go and stuff like that, it did escape my mind, so I had to re-look over that. And that's the beauty of the course, you can obviously go back and look at stuff, watch the videos again. So for me it's going to be like a constant learning, like going back to stuff and learning how to do it properly. So when he asked me to do it the first time, I just thought, right, I'll do like a chakra thing, because like that felt to me what I needed to do, like go along the chakras and channel Reiki energy. So when I got to his heart chakra, it was just like buzzing with energy. Like it's weird, you can almost, because you kind of like hover your hands over someone, but with him I kind of put my hands on him because that's fine. And and I don't know, it's weird, you could just feel the energy coming out of your hands. Like you can literally feel like the energy just like pouring out of your hands. It's a really odd sensation, but really good. So you'll feel when that person stopped taking that energy and like stopped receiving, and then you move on to like the next point. But I don't know, it's just been really good to do that on him, because one, it's healing him, which is like an added bonus anyway. And two, yeah, it's just really nice to experience that and to learn how to do it basically. So things that have happened like since my attunement. So a lot of people like say they go vegetarian or vegan. That hasn't happened for me. But I have had to give up alcohol. That is something that has happened. Like I was never a really big drinker anyway. Like I'd have a drink every now and again. Like I'm not a big drinker at all. And I have always been a lightweight. Like I'm proud to admit that. But when I was in London with Amanda for the Get Lit retreat, the night before we were reviewing this hotel, which was like super stunning and super amazing. And they gave us drinks. Normally I would be fine with this, like I know my limit, I'll just have a couple of drinks and I'll just be happy. But Jesus Christ, I don't know what it was, but that alcohol was seriously affecting me. Like I had one drink and I was like, Amanda, I think I'm gonna like pass out. Like I just felt so disorientated. And basically like for ages I'd been really working on my vibe, I'd been really working on self-love. I'd got myself in an amazing vibe place, and especially with the attunement as well, I feel like that enhanced it. So I'd been feeling on top of the world, and then as soon as I'd had this drink, it was almost like all this negativity and ego just like piped the fuck up, and all this like certainty and like letting go I'd done, and like all this amazing work had just disappeared. And it was like I was like in fear mode again and like panicking about stuff that hadn't even happened, and I was like, what is happening? Like I've never had this reaction to alcohol before. And even Amanda said like, you have never been this bad with alcohol before. So the next day was the Get Lit retreat, and obviously I needed to be high vibe for that, because I'm like, you know, talking to people, inspiring people, and I just felt shit. Like I woke up, I felt alright when I woke up, but when I got there, I was just feeling so low vibe. I was like, Jesus, I cannot go in and like help people like this. This is not healthy for me or for them. Like, I'm not going to be to my best, I won't be like, you know, on form basically. So I sat there and had to tap with Brad for half an hour to get this funk out, to like get myself high vibe again, and luckily it worked, and they were doing dancing and stuff anyway in the retreat, so I joined in on that and I felt fine after that. But I've never reacted to alcohol like that before. Like, it was really scary because for me, like, having all that negativity and like horrible thoughts in my head and like was just horrible, because it's just not what I wanted to do, especially when I'm like teaching people. So for me, I am going to give up alcohol. Like, I'm not going to say never, like, you know, if it's a special occasion or something, or I feel like I want to, like, maybe I'll have one. But for me, that was enough to know that alcohol is just not for me. And Mr. C doesn't drink anyway, so to be honest, it's actually really easy for me to give up, and I'm barely drunk anyway, and my friends really aren't big drinkers, so it will be super easy for me to give up. Like I said, it's not like I've necessarily given it up for any like specific reason. It's just I felt shit, and I never want to feel like that ever again. So yeah, I think that's been the biggest like revelation or thing I've given up during this attunement. But apart from that, I feel fine. Like, now everything's like settled. I still feel the heat and then the energy in my hands, definitely. But yeah, I think that's kind of been what I've noticed, my process, like what I've gone through. So I've completed the course. I've got my certificate here, but I can only find my level 1 one. I don't think I've printed out my level 2 or master. So this is a sample of what the level one looks like. I can't speak today. But it was a really, really good course. Highly recommend it. I'll link it down below. Yeah, like Lisa offers a lot of support as well, which is really good. And yeah, I just would highly recommend it. So Rachel was right. I have got healing hands now. So everything she does say bloody happens for me, which is a good thing, like definitely good. But yeah, I suppose it's just like the fear of the attunement like really got to me, because I was like, oh my God, like what's gonna happen? I'm gonna like wake up and shit myself. And that didn't happen. Like, it didn't happen. So yeah, like the alcohol thing was probably the biggest thing for me. Like my skin clearing up, like I think generally I just feel a lot happier and a lot more connected. And oh yeah, another thing that I've noticed, which I probably shouldn't say, is when you're intimate with your partner, things are very heightened. So you can use your Reiki energy for that too, and that's great. And that's all I'm gonna say, because my mum may watch this video. So yeah, lots of things could be heightened, like your connection like to your partner and stuff is definitely heightened. And yeah, it's good to heal yourself as well. Like maybe because I'd been doing the Reiki on myself, maybe that's why my spots cleared up as well. But yeah, there's lots of things, like there's loads of benefits to Reiki. It can help so many people. It can help yourself, like your animals, so your friends and family. So yeah, if you want to look into it, I'll link the course down below. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I'd love to know your Reiki experiences as well, and what happened during your attunements. Did any weird things happen? But from going through it and being a scaredy cat myself, I can say it was absolutely fine. Nothing bad happened. Nothing that bad happened. And yeah, it's just like getting used to it really. So I think the only things that I struggled to get used to were like the heat in my hands, because I get quite like clammy and sweaty anyway in my hands, and I hate being hot. So for me, like it's just not good. So I always have to like hold cold things when my hands heat up now, because otherwise it's just not nice. But it will go, like once you perform Reiki, it will go, and yeah, it just calms down. So it's just a sign that someone around you needs healing. Like, so if you're near someone and you like feel that heat, like it's a sign that they need healing. So thank you so much guys for watching my Reiki attunement video. I hope you have enjoyed it and it's given you some inspiration. As I said before, the course I did will be linked in the description box down below. So make sure to leave me a comment with your experiences and whether you want to do Reiki, because I replied to all of the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching guys. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.